Hello, my name is Rashida Turner. I am coming to do the submission um, for the Exposed Summer to Remember. So I wanted to take a moment and tell you a little bit about myself. And there is some questions. So the submission questions, one question asked is, what does support mean to you? What does it look like, and can you give us an example? I am a jewelry designer. By day, I work in corporate America, and I still design jewelry. I design healing pieces with healing stones, necklaces, earrings, body chains, couture pieces. I've been a part of New York Fashion Week 2 times, one for small boutique and then one for plus size. Um, so I've done quite a bit, not as much as I want to, but quite a bit. And I'm proud to say that, but I know there's growth. But I am going to get to the question. So what does support mean to me? Support to me can come in all kind of forms. When you're addressing support, it can be mental support, physical support. There's different, types. I mean, definitely, as a fashion designer, the mental support, the support from my family and friends mean definitely a lot. I do take in support, from other, from my clients and everything and different things in that matter. I typically, my motto with my clients is when they ask for something couture and they ask for something different, they're like, I want to be different. I don't want to look like everybody else, because my ideals originate, and I don't like to look like everybody else, as you can see. But support can come in so many ways. Mental support, you have to be in a mental space, and to have family, friends, and colleagues to support you mentally, because if your mind is not in that mental space, you can't create, you can't do anything. You basically, I call it designer's block. And physical support too is people, buying into your product, sewing into your life, sewing into what I consider your ministry, because everybody's ministry is different. Someone may be a speaker, versus I'm a designer, and I'm a jewelry designer. So a lot of times, when you think of designers, a lot of people always think of fashion clothes. Well, I do accessories. So, support, it means a lot. I would say mental and physical support is really the two big supports that stick out to me. To give an example, as I said, like, your colleagues and your clientele and things like that, it makes all of the matter. Definitely when you see your work, go forward in magazines and editorials and, all kinds of stuff, that it makes a difference. The next question says, what's the best thing that's happened to you in this industry? The best thing I would say would happen to me is meeting so many different people. I have a mentor out of Atlanta, and the way that I went to Atlanta was really, really on faith, because I didn't have the money to go. I wasn't working at the time, and it just worked itself out. But I actually met my mentor there, and she is wonderful. She does fashion. She does clothing though, and it was just meeting people. You can never take that, because you grow every day, and I take every day not for granted. I always look at the beauty of things, and even in the smallest details. But I would have to say the best thing for me is meeting people, because you get to meet all walks of life, all different types, all people who like this yay or this yay, different things. So I think that has been the best thing that's happened to me with networking and meeting people and meeting models and meeting other designers and coming to, doing shoots with photographers and just meeting. And the world is really, really small, so it means a lot. And it says, why did you decide to take part in this project? Well, I inquired about this project because I feel like jewelry designers are not recognized enough. And like I said, with fashion, when you say designer, typically they think the clothing designer. Or if you're doing a show or presentation, you have the instance where a jewelry designer, so let's say, oh, we're going to pair you with this fashion designer. And that's how I started out. I was happy to see my earrings on a model walking down. I don't care what she had on. As long as she had on an earring, she can have on one earring. I used to be so excited. And then growing throughout the years and then developing and evolving, I'm like, my stuff can walk on its own, It doesn't have to be on the highest fashion. It can actually be with a simple black and white, nude, different things, different platforms. It can definitely be on and be acceptable. So you can really see the piece and see the intricacy of the piece. Because sometimes it gets washed away when it's with other clothes. So I think that jewelry designers need to be highlighted. And I don't want to go into my whole story behind it, but I mean, my story on how I got into it is very unique. And I'll share that later if I'm picked. It'll blow your mind, because it blew mine. So the message that I want to see convey in this project, trying to convey, is that designers come in all forms, and there's just not one standard of a designer. There's so many. And like I said, accessory designers, we're important too, because we're that thing that makes it just pop, just makes it stand. We can take you can have a regular suit on, and you put on a piece that stands out, it will shine and make that outfit pop and transform into something so much more greater. So I would like to see in this project, jewelry designers, learn our journey. Designers have a real interesting journey. I've heard some stories, and like I said, my story of how I got started. I never started designing. I always was a shopper. I'm a shopaholic, but I never picked up a tool, never took a jewelry class, just literally started designing. And the way that I did that, it was prophesied to me. So as I say, I'll go into that later if I'm picked. You'll like that story. My ultimate goal in my career is to see my designs worldwide. I'm changing a different format. I want to go more into the healing stones. I've always used the gemstones, using the healing stones and the tiger eyes and the onyx and the aquamarine and different stones that have a different meaning behind it. I don't want to create just something that is costuming. I want something that got some meaning to it. And you'll cherish it because it has some weight to it. It's not just plastic and just put together. I take real pride in my work. So my ultimate goal is to see my designs all over the world. I believe it can be. And I believe that once it does reach all over the world, I would like to give back. I stand behind a lot of awareness with cancer. And being that I am a 2-time cancer survivor myself, that's something that touches me, because, and that's why I think more so the healing stones have like really taken a hold on me. But it's very important to know that meaning and to hold on to that and to gravitate to that. Again, thank you for accepting my submission. I look forward to hearing back in regards to if I'm selected. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, I'll tell my story a little bit later because it's a little bit drawn, but I will share. I'll be glad to share it. I share it any day, and I keep sharing different things. God has been amazing, so I'll just until then keep designing, keep creating, and keep shining. Have a great day.